All right, so today is the 14th, November the 14th. It's Monday. If you haven't already, please make sure your first and last name is on your packet. Again, 11, 14, 22. This week, warm up is due, the homework is due. Our quiz on Friday is going to be, oops, this is the wrong one. Sorry, y'all. Thank you. Give me a minute. That was from last week. Got it. Okay. Our quiz for this week is going to be on graphing inequalities and linear equations and inequalities. Okay. Please make sure that if you don't understand those things that you ask questions. Okay. A couple people came to tutoring last week. We had tutoring on what day was that? Who came? Was it Tuesday? It was Wednesday. What's this Wednesday? We can do another Wednesday. Is Wednesday okay with the people that came last week? Are y'all good with Wednesday? Anybody new coming this week?
Yeah.
You're gonna come Wednesday?
I'll try.
You try what time?
4:30.
4:30 is good. Okay.
How long do the sessions last?
They're like 30 minutes, 45. No, it's like 35 minutes. Whatever you need. It's not everybody needed something different. Noah, didn't you come? No. Who was that came? I forgot. But no, it was in my sixth period class. But it's whatever questions you might have. And that's where they ask questions about the quiz. Okay? So if you need help with the quiz, then just please make sure you come to tutoring. The agenda is on the sideboard. You've already completed your homework, so we're going to write in our planner. I'm going to go over writing equations because some people miss some key problems. I want to do that again. Some people are going to go back. I hopefully will go back and retake the quiz again. You get two chances. So it is my hope that you would study and then take the quiz again. But I can't tell you what to do. Okay? Please make sure that if you haven't taken the quiz, that you do take the quiz and you get only two chances to take that quiz. Guided practice, we're going to work on graphing today. And once we finish graphing, you need to finish your Delta Math. Your Delta Math assignment is due tonight at 11:59 p.m. Okay. All right, let's write in our planner, please. We're going to write our goal for this week first. Our goal, this is 11/14, the week of 11/14 through the 18th. My goal with you is to make sure that we are ready for our quiz on Friday.
I keep forgetting to write the goal.
Please write your goal down so you have something to work on.
I got it.
Okay, and to make sure that I do a video on the project. Okay. All right, so your goal could be whatever it is that you need to work on. I'm going to pause for the calls. Go to a new page in our planner. Go to a new page in our planner. This is week 3. At the top, the dates go from November the 14th through the 18th. This is Q2, quarter 2, week 3. Math 1 assignment. Please watch the homework help video. It'll go out at about 3. Make sure you complete your homework and the Delta Math assignment if you haven't completed that already.
When do we have our math?
When do we have, say again?
When do we have our math test?
For Math 1?
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
No.
As soon as I know, I'll tell you.
All right.
I don't know yet.
Is it like where are we gonna stay? Did we go in here or we're like testing?
It'll be in the multipurpose room. Both my Math 1 classes will test together. Math 1 section will be on one side of the multipurpose room, and the other section will be on the separate side. It'll be in the morning time during elective time. So you'll go there for your first and second period elective. If you don't finish, then it might spill into third period, and I'll just write you a note to get to your third period class. They know you're coming. They know you might come a little late.
Well, Parker, that math 8.
Why would you do that?
No one. That wasn't her fault. Because the stuff for Albertelli didn't tell the whole class.
But I told y'all don't take Math 8. You don't even take Math 8 class.
I didn't know it was Math 8. I just took it because it was up there.
Well, okay, well, it didn't hurt you. All right, just didn't count. All right, let's put, what are we working on tonight? Oh, good, point slope. Okay, let's put this in our folder, work to do, and take out your interactive notebook. It's not going to hurt you. Interactive notebook. I want to review, this is page 10, reviewing writing equations. Right, we're going to just say writing equation review. That sounds better. Q2, page 10. I'm going to pause for the calls to give you a chance to get out your notebook. All right, here we go. This is writing. I was going to just say linear equation. Writing linear equations review. And I'm doing this so that you can go back and study and then take your quiz again, okay? So please, guys, I try to space it out without us being so far behind. But I do like to review stuff. So notice I'm giving you a quiz a week later after I actually teach the concept. You need to use that time to study, because then it's not going to be no point. So if we are not using that time to study, then I can just give us the quiz the week that I teach it. You see what I'm saying? So study. Okay. Yes. I don't ask me questions like that. I'm never gonna tell you. I'm never gonna tell you because I'm never gonna put somebody on blast. That's not right. I don't know. I'm never gonna tell you. Yeah, I'm never gonna tell y'all. That's personal. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's do this. First, we're gonna write this example. You're gonna be given the slope m and b. Okay, you're going to be given the slope and the y-intercept. Which one of those letters is the slope? And which is the b?
B.
The y-intercept.
Oh, yeah.
I switched it on you. All right, let's do this. If m is equal to 7 and b is equal to 1/2, how would I write that as an equation? Let's write our equations here, okay? How would I write that as an equation? I'm going to pause for the calls. I'm giving you m and I'm giving you b. How would I write that as an equation? All right. What is going to be the equation here? James, what's the equation? Very good, baby. 7x plus 1/2. Raise your hand if you understand this type of equation. Raise your hand if you understand this. I don't see all hands raised. Okay, so let me do another one. Okay. B, try this one. M is equal to 1/4. Let's do a negative 1/4. And let's make B a negative 15. Write the equation. You're given M, you're given B. Remember, when we write an equation, you're writing it in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. All right. What's going to be the equation, Noah?
Y equals negative 1/4x minus 15.
Very good, babe. Okay. Raise your hand if you understand this section. Raise your hand if you understand. Okay, that's everybody. We're going to move to the next, okay? Now we're going to be given the second type is this time we're going to be given a point and the slope. So you're going to be given the slope. The letter for slope is M and 1 point that's on the line. Okay? All right, let's do it. I'm giving you a slope. Let's say that the slope is 5. And let's say that the point that line is going through is going to be 3, negative 5. And we're going to write the equation. Going to write the equation. See if you can do this on your own first. You have M, but you don't have B. We got, okay. We have to find B. We already have M. B is what's missing. So to find B, you use the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. They give you a x, they give you a y. So you're going to use these numbers, substitute it into the slope-intercept form, and solve for B. Okay? And then from there, you can write your equation. What number would you substitute in for y? So we got negative 5 is equal to what? 5 times 3 plus b. So now we're going to solve for b. How do I solve for b here? What do I have to do first? Multiply the 5 times 3. What does that give me? So this is negative 5 equals 15 plus b. Now what do we do to get b by itself? Subtract 15 on both sides. When I subtract 15 on both sides, what does this give me here? We get negative 20 is equal to what? B. So now I have M and B. I know what M and B is. How do I now write the equation? Minus 20. Raise your hand if you understand. Raise your hand if you understand. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, let's do one more. We are given M. Let's suppose this time M is 1/2. And we're given a point that's on that line.
How did you get? Sorry.
Go ahead.
The one right before that, like, how did you get negative 20?
How did I get what?
It says like right there.
Negative 20?
It says today I have 2 negative 15.
I have negative. This is negative 5.
Oh.
Negative 5 minus 15 is negative 20.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
That's okay, babe. So we got negative 4, comma. Let's do 6, okay? See if you can do this. You're writing the equation when given a point on the line and given the slope of that line. You're writing the equation. All right, let's see what we got here. We don't know what B is, so we have to find B. What do we use to find B? What do we use? Y equals mx plus b. What's that called? The slope-intercept form. Great job, y'all. What am I going to substitute for y? 6 equals what? 1/2 times negative 4. I'm going to put negative 4 over 1 plus what? Plus b. All right, so what do I do? I'm popping gum. What do I do? Multiply. What does that give me? Negative 2. All right. Now what do I do in order to get that by itself? Add 2 to both sides. And that gives me what? A equals B. So now I have M and I have B. So how do I write this as an equation? Very good. Any questions? Raise your hand if you understand. Do you have it? What's he doing? All right, let's keep going. All right. He doesn't really raise his hand that much. I don't know. All right. This is when the third kind is when you have 2 points. You are given 2 points. You're not given the slope. You're not given the y-intercept, but you are given 2 points. Okay, and you have to write it as an equation. All right. Anytime you graph 2 points and connect those 2 points, it's going to form a straight line. Automatically assume that. You can infer that it's a straight line when it's 2 points. All right, so let's do this one. See if you can do this. We have 4, 7, and we have 6, 14. Okay? See if you can do this. Keep it as fraction, especially with the slope, is because when you graph it, you have to have a fraction to graph, rise over run. Okay? All right, so let's try this. Come on, Parker. We have to find M and B. What is the formula for finding the slope? I can't use rise over run unless I graph them. I'm not graphing these. Divided by or over. Please put this in your memory bank, okay? Because you will use this a lot. All right, so I'm going to label this first point as what? X1, Y1. Second point? Any questions about labeling? You okay? All right, so now we're gonna substitute the numbers in and simplify, okay, to find or calculate the slope. What are we gonna put on the top? What minus what? 14 minus 7. What about the bottom? 6 minus 4. Okay. Any questions about substituting? Okay, so let's simplify. What do we get on the top? 7 over 2. 7 over 2. Okay, we can keep it as a fraction. Some people wrote it as a decimal. What is it as a decimal? 3.5. Okay? It's not wrong. Now we're going to find B. Any questions about finding M? To find B, you use what? Y equals mx plus b. Good job, babe. Okay, so which point do you feel is the easiest to use, the first or the second? I think the first also. Doesn't matter which one you use, you're going to get the same answer if you do the math right. Because I keep hitting the bottom, I'm sorry. All right, so now what do I substitute or put in the place for y? 7 equals what? 7 over 2 times 4 over 1 plus b. Okay? All right, so this gives me 7 is equal to 28 over 2. And what does that give me? So I have 7 is equal to 14 plus b. Now what do? Subtract 14 on both sides. What does that give me here? -7. B is equal to what? How do I now write this as an equation? Y equals 7 over 2 or 3.5 x minus 7. If I was graphing this equation, the decimal would have to be converted to a fraction, rise over run. Questions? Raise your hand if you understand. All right, we're doing one more. Pause for the cause. Let's do this one. All right, what did y'all do first? Find M. Good job, baby. And label. Somebody said label. Wonderful. What's the formula for slope? Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. Very good. So now we're going to label. What do we label this first point as? X1, Y1. Very good. All right. So now, what do we put on the top? What minus what? -10. Very good. What do we put on the bottom? Good job. So we got minus a negative. When we simplify, that's the same as saying plus a positive. So on the top, we get negative what? On the bottom, negative. A negative divided by a negative? Positive. So this is going to be a positive what? Positive 2. So M is a positive 2. Now we're going to find B. What do we use to find B? Y equals mx plus B. What's that called? Slope-intercept form. Okay. So which one of these points do you feel like is going to be the easiest to use? All right. And so what is Y going to be? We got negative 10. And negative 10, what's M? We got 2 times negative 2 plus B. It's okay. All right. So now what are we going to do to get B by itself? We multiply. What does this give us? So we got negative 10 equals negative 4 plus B. What do we do to get B by itself? We add 4. So when we add 4, what does that give us? Negative 6. So B is equal to what? How do we write this as an equation? Y equals 2x minus 6. Any questions? Everybody okay? All right. Now we have to write an equation from a line, and that's the last one that we do, and we moving on, okay? Anybody, you still copying? Okay. All right, so now we are given a line. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Let's put a point here, and let's put a point here. Me too. They say they hear me too. Well, it's okay. We got to do what we got to do sometimes. All right, so now I want you to see if you can write the equation from this line, okay? Please draw it so you'll have this example to study by, okay? You need this example because later on in the course of the year, you might forget how to do this, and you may need to go back and review your notes. But if you didn't take good notes, you don't have anything to review. And you'll see this again in previous years. So please, my kids always say, oh, I use the notebook in math 2 and in math 3. You're going to see this stuff again. Please take good notes so you'll have it to use in previous years. Okay, I mean in years to come. Sorry, not previous. All right, here we go. Let's do this one. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, the easiest thing to locate is B here. What's our B? The B is, what kind of 2 is that though? -2. Because it crosses at -2 on the y-axis. So our B is right here at -2. B is equal to -2. This is -2 on the y-axis. All right, so now let's find our slope. Here's where we can use rise over run. So we're going to count rise over run. So we got 2 points that we can read. What's our rise? 2. That's +2. What's our run? 3. That's +3. So now we have our slope. Make sure the fraction is reduced, and it is. How would we write this as an equation?
Y equals 2/3 x plus
-2. Okay, raise your hand if you understand what we did. Raise your hand. Okay, we're going to do one more. Okay? We're going to do one more. All right, let's do it. The B is simple because that's just where the line, wherever the line crosses this y-axis, that's B. This is 0, -1, -2. The line crosses right here at -2. It's always on the y-axis. Okay. All right. Any questions? So let's do another one. Going up by ones again, okay? Okay, see if you can write the equation for that line. All right, let's pick our B first. That's the easiest to identify. That's the y-intercept. That's where the line crosses the y-axis. Where does the line cross the y-axis? It crosses at +3 up here. 1, 2, 3. So B is 3. Any questions about how to find B?
No.
Now we find M by using the formula rise over run. So you pick 2 good points on the line. 2 good points were already given. You're going to start at one of the points and use the grid lines to get to the other points. If I'm using this, how far do I go up? 3. 1, 2, 3. So my top number is 3. How far do I go to the left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's -5. Why is it -5? Because you're going to the left. Any questions? When I reduce or simplify this, I get a -3/5 because a positive divided by a negative is going to make that whole fraction a negative. Any questions? So now how do I write the equation when I found M and I found B? What's the equation? -3, over 5, x, don't forget the x, plus, somebody said 3. Raise your hand if you understand. If you are still getting lost, then this will be your reason to come to tutoring, right? All right, look, your point slope form, some people was getting that wrong. You need to go back and read your notes on point slope form. You need to go back and read your notes on point slope form. Okay, please go back. You see how we did standard form and point slope form? That's here. I'm be talking about point slope form in the homework help video as well. So please make sure you watch that. Any questions, comments, or concerns? We did not get to the lesson today, but you need to make sure that you study your notes and go back and take that quiz if you failed it. Any questions?
Like, do you think we should retake it if we got anything below a 7?
I think you should, yes. I think you should get the highest grade that you can possibly get.
What if we retake it and get the same grade?
What does that hurt? It takes the highest grade automatically.
It
automatically takes the highest grade. Put your calculators back and pick up your cell phone, please.